Hello and welcome to Quiz Class. My name's Ellis and I'll be your host for today's general knowledge quiz. There are 100 questions in this quiz, so take your time, read over each question twice if you need to, and try and get as many points as you possibly can. From Champion down to Explorer, there are 5 awards that you can win based on the amount of points that you get. Let us know how you rank in the comments at the end of the video. Let's get started then with question 1. Good luck and enjoy the quiz. What was the name of the only painting Van Gogh sold during his lifetime? Almond Blossoms, The Red Vineyard, or Wheatfield with Crows? 3 multiple choice options for each question. Identify the correct one, and for question 1, it's The Red Vineyard. 2. What was the name of the fictional detectives, the Hardy Boys? Jack and Paul, Chris and Sam, or Frank and Joe? Do you know the Hardy Boys? Do you know them well enough to know that their first names are Frank and Joe? Question 3. Cornelius was the name of the original mascot of which cereal? Cornflakes, Cheerios, or Cap'n Crunch? Cornelius was the name of the original mascot of a certain cereal, and that cereal was cornflakes. Question 4. What part of a car prevents the engine from overheating? Manifold, gasket, or radiator? Last thing you want is an overheated car. Which part of a car prevents that from happening? The answer is a radiator. Which world leader was Time magazine's Man of the Year in 1938? Adolf Hitler, Winston Churchill, or Franklin D. Roosevelt? The answer, controversially, is Adolf Hitler. Which baseball team did Babe Ruth become a legendary slugger for? Chicago Cubs, New York Yankees, or LA Angels? Do you know the answer to this one? It's New York Yankees. Who wrote the classic novel The Prince and the Pauper? Was it Mark Twain, John Steinbeck, or Ernest Hemingway? The Prince and the Pauper is a classic novel indeed, and it was written by Mark Twain. What colour is the middle ring of the Olympic logo? Blue, yellow, or black? Close your eyes, envision the logo, try and see it in front of you to work out the answer. The middle ring. The answer, did you get it, is black. Question 9. In which city would you find the statue of the Little Mermaid? Copenhagen, Bruges, or Amsterdam? I've been there, I've seen it, it's a tiny little statue, and it's in Copenhagen. Question 10. In Greek mythology, what creature was born from the blood of Medusa's decapitated head? Hydra, Typhon, or Pegasus? The blood of Medusa's decapitated head bore a creature, and that creature was a Pegasus. What type of martini does James Bond prefer? A Gibson, a Vesper, or a French? And yes, we all know he prefers it shaken, not stirred, but what type of martini does he prefer? The answer is a Vesper martini. In radio, what does FM stand for? Fractal manipulation, Faraday measure, or frequency modulation? The answer is frequency modulation. In the 1950 movie Sunset Boulevard, who did Gloria Swanson tell she was ready for her close-up? Mr. DeMille, Mr. DeTille, or Mr. DeVille? The answer is Mr. DeMille. How are you doing so far? Keeping up? Here's question 14. Edam cheese originally comes from which country? Belgium, Netherlands, or Germany? Ah, great. Now I want some cheese. Before you go scoffing though, find out the answer. It's Netherlands. Question 15. Port-au-Prince is the capital of which country? Haiti, Dominican Republic, or Barbados? Maybe you've been lucky enough to visit. The answer is Haiti. Charles Lee Ray is the full name of which horror movie villain? Wolfman, Chucky, or It, the Killer Clown? The answer is Chucky. Question 17. Marzipan is made from which nut? Hazelnut, almond, or peanut? Marzipan is made from a nut. Which nut is it? The answer is almond. Question 18. What is the state bird of New York? The bluebird, the goldfinch, or the mockingbird? Maybe you didn't know New York had a state bird. If you don't know the answer, you can always have a guess. You've got 3 options. The answer is the bluebird. Question 19 next. Which movie has the subheading of How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb? Apocalypse Now, Casablanca, or Dr. Strangelove? The official title of this movie is Dr. Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. Dr. Strangelove's the answer. Who sculpted the statue of the Thinker? Michelangelo, Rodin, or Duchamp? The Thinker is a statue sculpted by Rodin. Sherry wine originates from which country? England, Austria, or Spain? Are you a wine drinker? Are you a sherry drinker? Do you know where it comes from? Sherry wine originates from Spain. Question 22. What biblical nickname was Harriet Tubman given for helping slaves escape along the Underground Railroad? Moses, Eve, or Absalom? Harriet Tubman was given the nickname of Moses. Question 23. The Native American chief Sitting Bull belonged to which tribe? The Cherokee, the Navajo, or the Lakota? The Cherokee, the Navajo, or the Lakota? The answer is the Lakota. Question 24 next. In what year did the last leap year take place? 2024, 23, or 22? It's not been long since any of them, but can you remember which? The last leap year took place in 2024. Who is credited with the invention of the radio? Edison, Tesla, or Morse? The invention of the radio is credited to Tesla. What perfume ingredient comes from the intestine of a sperm whale? Galaxolide, benzoin, or ambergris? Definitely mispronounced some of those perfume ingredients, but which one comes from the intestine of a sperm whale? The answer is ambergris. Or maybe it's ambergris? Which member of the punk band the Sex Pistols died of a drug overdose? Johnny Rotten, Sid Vicious, or Glenn Matlock? And contrary to popular belief, that dog is not a member of the Sex Pistols. The answer is Sid Vicious. Where in the US would you find Lassen Peak? California, Texas, or Nevada? Lassen Peak is in California? Which Spanish king sent an armada against England in 1588? Ferdinand II, Charles III, or Philip II? And we're talking Spanish kings here. The answer is Philip II. Well done if you got that one right. Here's question 30. In the movie Lilo and Stitch, what city did Stitch build and then destroy in the bedroom? San Francisco, New York, or Miami? This film got its live-action remake this year, and in the original, Stitch destroyed a replica of San Francisco. Who co-founded Microsoft alongside Bill Gates? Clive Sinclair, Steve Wozniak, or Paul Allen? It's a general knowledge quiz. We'll segue from Lilo and Stitch to Microsoft with no hiccups. The correct answer to question 31 is Paul Allen. 32. What was the name of the Mayflower's sister ship? The Bakewell, the Speedwell, or the Allswell? The Mayflower has a sister ship, and that sister ship is named the Speedwell. Question 33. Necrophobia is the fear of what? Aging, graveyards, or death? Necrophobia is a fear, and it is the fear of death. What Mediterranean island is located directly south of Corsica? Sardinia, Ibiza, or Corfu? All these pictures are making me want a holiday. The answer to question 34 is Sardinia. What is the only Canadian province whose borders form a rectangle? Alberta, Nunavut, or Saskatchewan? The answer is Saskatchewan. What do you call a group of giraffes? I love these questions. Is it a tower, a neck, or a stilt? These animal pack questions are always some of my favourites, but do you know what you call a group of giraffes? It's a tower of giraffes. What was the name of the Palestinian uprising that began in Gaza in 1987? Jabali, Intifada, or Salam? The correct answer is Intifada. Uriah Heep was a character in which Charles Dickens novel? David Copperfield, Bleak House, or the Pickwick Papers? Uriah Heep was a character in Charles Dickens' novel David Copperfield. How many seas in the world are named after colours? 4, 5, or 6? The answer is 4. I've been trying to name them. So far I got blue and red. Any others? Pop them in the comments below. What is traditionally broken at the end of a Jewish wedding? A bowl, a glass, or a plate? The correct answer is a glass. Don't Pay the Ferryman was a hit 80s song by who? Donovan, Meatloaf, or Chris de Burgh? Don't Pay the Ferryman was a hit 80s song by Chris de Burgh. Well done if you got that one right. Here's question 42. Who was pictured on the first US adhesive stamp? Thomas Jefferson, Benjamin Franklin, or Abraham Lincoln? The first US adhesive stamp had a picture of Benjamin Franklin on it. In which country was actor Humphrey Bogart born? Algeria, United Kingdom, or the United States? The answer is the United States. Nordic and alpine are two kinds of which sport? Skiing, cycling, or rock climbing? Nordic skiing and alpine skiing. The answer is skiing. Which red wine is sometimes referred to as the King of Grapes? Pinot, Merlot, or Cabernet? The King of Grapes. What a nickname. The kind of nickname only a red wine could have. The answer is Cabernet. 46. According to the song, what would you deck the halls with boughs of? Holly, pine nut, or mistletoe? The answer is holly. Deck the halls with boughs of holly. Fa la 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 la, and so on. In what year did Malta get its independence from Great Britain? 1957, 1961, or 1964? Malta gained independence from Great Britain in 1964. Question 48. What is the name of the legendary racetrack that hosts the Kentucky Derby? Archway Downs, Churchill Downs, or Watership Downs? The Kentucky Derby is hosted at Churchill Downs. How many cubic meters are there in 1,000 litres? 1, 10, or 100? The answer is 1. Paisley Park was the name of the record label of which musician? Michael Jackson, John Lennon, or Prince? The answer is Prince. And we are now halfway through this quiz as we move on to 51. What is the devoted fanbase of the band The Grateful Dead known as? Baked Heads, Deadheads, or Acid Heads? If you're a fan of The Grateful Dead, you're a deadhead. Who starred as Hellboy in the 2004 movie? Mickey Rourke, Josh Brolin, or Ron Perlman? Well, Josh Brolin's played a similar kind of character in Thanos, but the answer is Ron Perlman. Dale Cooper was the name of the main protagonist in which cult classic TV show? Twin Peaks, The West Wing, or Mad Men? The answer is Twin Peaks. Which country hosted the first ever FIFA World Cup? Was that Uruguay, England, or France? The answer is Uruguay. Well done if you got that one. Here's question 55. What type of gun was used to kill Abraham Lincoln? A J-frame, a Colt, or a Derringer? A J-frame, a Colt, or a Derringer? It's a very specific kind of knowledge here, but do you know the answer? It is a Derringer. In what year did Thomas Jefferson nickels stop being made of silver? 1946, 1948, or 1950? The answer is 1946, just after the Second World War. The band The Cardigans are from which European country? Netherlands, Sweden, or Ireland? The answer is Sweden. What was the nickname given to the mechanical shark made for the movie Jaws? Chuck, Wayne, or Bruce? Later referenced in the 2003 animated film Finding Nemo, the answer is Bruce. 59. In what year did Cambodia declare its independence from France? 1951, 1953, or 1955? Cambodia declared its independence in 1953. Question 60. Who starred alongside Tom Cruise in the movie Eyes Wide Shut? Nicole Kidman, Charlize Theron, or Gwyneth Paltrow? The answer is Nicole Kidman. Can you complete the title of this Edgar Allan Poe story? The Telltale Gaze, The Telltale Heart, or The Telltale Lie? Some tough questions in today's quiz. Hope you're still enjoying it, hope you're finding your way through. The answer to 61 is heart, and I hope you have continued success in the rest of the quiz. What fruit was known as a golden apple in Greek myth? An apricot, an orange, or a peach? A golden apple. No, it's not an apple. It's an apricot. In what year did the Soviet Union come to an end? 1987, 1989, or 1991? The Soviet Union came to an end in 1991. What is the highest waterfall in Africa? Victoria Falls, Tugela Falls, or Sipi Falls? The answer is Tugela Falls. What was the name of the killer in the 1996 horror movie Scream? Ghostface, No Face, or Pale Face? And you got a picture there of the mask that character wore. The answer is Ghostface. 66. The Aral Sea is located in which country? Saudi Arabia, Mauritania, or Kazakhstan? The Aral Sea. The answer is Kazakhstan. What is the national flower of Scotland? Primrose, thistle, or heather? The answer is thistle. Harissa is a food paste made from what? Tomatoes, horseradish, or peppers? Harissa is a food paste. What's it made from? The answer is peppers. Question 69. Who wrote the classic novel Madame Bovary? Thomas Hardy, Gustave Flaubert, or Daphne du Maurier? The classic novel Madame Bovary was written by Gustave Flaubert. What was the name of the town in the 1998 movie The Truman Show? Sea Haven, Brookhaven, or Sandhaven? The town, of course, fictional. What was the name of it? The answer is Sea Haven. Question 71. What was Charlie Brown's dad's profession? Was he a postman, a taxi driver, or a barber? Charlie Brown's dad was a barber. 72. In which decade did the TV show 60 Minutes debut on TV? 1950s, 1960s, or 1970s? And it's still running today. Do you know when it started? The correct answer is the 1960s. In 19th century France, Herschel and Leverrier were the names of two what? Planets, cannons, or shoes? The answer is planets. In which US state was the 1996 movie Fargo set in? Michigan, Wisconsin, or Minnesota? The movie has since had a TV show spin-off version. The answer is Minnesota. 75. Which US amendment allows citizens the right to bear arms? First, second, or third? The answer is the Second Amendment. Which sitcom was set in the fictional offices of the magazine Blush? Mad About You, Wings, or Just Shoot Me? Sometimes our pictures help and sometimes they're just a pile of magazines. The answer is Just Shoot Me. We can't make it too easy for you. In the Bible, who took the body of Jesus down from the cross? Was it Andrew, Peter, or Joseph? The body of Jesus was taken down from the cross by Joseph. What was said to happen to anyone who drank from the river Lethe? Memory loss, eternal youth, or cured sickness? If you drank from the river Lethe, it was said that you had memory loss. Who starred alongside Eddie Murphy in the 1982 movie 48 Hours? Gary Busey, Bill Paxton, or Nick Nolte? Eddie Murphy was in the movie 48 Hours alongside Nick Nolte. Well done if you got that one right. Here's question 80. What do you call a group of vultures? My favourite type of question again. Is it a committee, an association, or a delegate? Well, it's very good whatever the answer is. It's a committee of vultures. It's a committee I'm fine not being a part of, actually. Who wrote the classic novel Anna of the Five Towns? Virginia Woolf, Arnold Bennett, or Samuel Butler? The answer is Arnold Bennett. What is the Latin word for poison? Virus, lethal, or toxic? The answer is virus. Question 83. Sandy, Rizzo and Frenchie are characters from which movie? Dirty Dancing, Footloose, or Grease? How's your classic movie knowledge? Do you know the answer to this one? It's Grease. Question 84. How many wonders of the ancient world are still standing today? 1, 2, or 3? So there's a new 7 wonders of the world, but of the ancient wonders, how many are still standing? The answer is 1. Flour cooked together with fat is known as what? Bouche, roux, or confit? Flour cooked together with fat is known as a roux. 15 questions left. Eric Cartman is a character from which TV show? Family Guy, The Simpsons, or South Park? Eric Cartman is a long-running character from South Park. In which of these cocktails would you find mint chocolate? A Bellini, a Grasshopper, or a Dark and Stormy? The answer is a Grasshopper. 88. The Blue Jays are a baseball team from which city? Toronto, Philadelphia, or Detroit? The Blue Jays are a baseball team from which city? The answer is Toronto. Who played Tony in the 80s sitcom Who's the Boss? Ted Danson, Tony Danza, or Don Johnson? Who's the Boss starred Tony Danza as Tony. The Nexus 1 was a smartphone named after a character from which sci-fi writer? Philip K. Dick, Ray Bradbury, or Arthur C. Clarke? The Nexus 1 was a smartphone named after Philip K. Dick. What painting was Pablo Picasso accused of stealing in 1911? Starry Night, Birth of Venus, or Mona Lisa? Well, that's a TV drama waiting to happen. The answer is Mona Lisa. German model Heidi Klum was married to which singer? Seal, D'Angelo, or Lionel Richie? The answer is Kiss from a Rose singer, Seal. In which decade did Jean-Paul Gaultier release his first individual collection for men boy toy? 1960s, 70s, or 80s? In which decade did Jean-Paul Gaultier release his first individual collection for men boy toy? The answer is the 1980s. Well done if you got that right. Who played Ant-Man in the 2015 superhero movie? James Franco, Chris Pratt, or Paul Rudd? He's played him 5 times since. It's the never-aging Paul Rudd. Who was the first person to be awarded 2 Nobel Prizes? Marie Curie, Albert Einstein, or Thomas Edison? Who was the first person to be awarded 2 Nobel Prizes? The answer is Marie Curie. Question 96. O'Hare Airport is located in which US city? New Jersey, Chicago, or Boston? If you are flying out of O'Hare Airport, then you are flying out of Chicago. The Christmas book Flood is an annual tradition in which country? Iceland, Finland, or Poland? The Christmas book Flood is an annual tradition in which country? The answer is Iceland. Calamari pasta comes in what shape? Bows, swirls, or rings? The answer is rings. Question 99. What fast food chain marketed a meat-flavoured cologne in 2008 called Flame? McDonald's, Burger King, or Chick-fil-A? I doubt and hope that it is not around anymore. The answer is Burger King. Question 100. What is the capital of South Carolina? Is it Columbia, Charleston, or Greenville? The capital of South Carolina is Columbia. And we always finish around here at Quiz Class with a bonus question. Who wrote the classic novel Atlas Shrugged? Let us know the answer in the comments, and whilst you're there, you can let us know how many points you scored out of 100, because that is the end of our quiz today. Are you a champion, master, enthusiast, apprentice, or an explorer? Based on your score from 0 to 100, you can let us know how you ranked in the comments below. Thanks for playing this quiz. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button and hit that bell icon to be notified on all of our upcoming videos. In the meantime, if you can't wait for new videos, there are plenty of old videos uploaded that you can try right now. My name's Ellis and I've been your host. Thanks again for joining us today and playing this quiz with us at Quiz Class. We'll see you next time.